Good morning, everyone. May 21st, and time for another update. It's Tuesday. Didn't really get any work done this week in the yard at all. A lot of soccer over the weekend. A lot of weeds taking over the non-vegetable garden area. Do have some nice hostas here, which I thought the deer ate, but they don't touch ours. And every year we get a bonus one that just pops up. I also have this vinca vine we had put in a pot, and I decided it would look nice in the garden, and this comes back year after year after year. And another hosta here. Power washed this rock. It was full of mold. Made it new again. Okay, let's get to what really matters. Let's get to the garden. Do the vegetables. Like I said, I haven't done anything, so grass is taking this over. I really don't know when I'm going to get out here and start working on it. It's also been dry. I need to get out here probably today and water these things. Everything's looking good though. Eggplant are looking fine. Bell peppers are really starting to perk up. Get some dark green leaves. And amongst all of this, see, I mean, it wouldn't take me long. I can just pull it right out. Just a matter of finding the time to get out here. And as you can tell, I have a bunch of tomatoes popping up. I stopped picking them near the end of the season, so had a whole bunch of them starting to come up. But the weeds are getting bad. I really need to get out here and work on that. I'll start choking them out. Alright, how about these raspberries? They are starting to do really well. They are putting on a ton of raspberries. Look at all those. So hopefully the pest damage is minimal. Now it is interesting. All the ones out front here are loaded down with raspberries. But in the back, it's all new growth, I guess. And there are no raspberries. A few of them back there. So these raspberries are supposed to, their life cycle is the cane comes up, doesn't put anything on the first spring it's here. And then in the fall we'll put on some raspberries. Survives the winter. Next spring puts on some more raspberries, so that's what these would be. And then the cane dies off. And then the cycle starts all over again, so that's why some of these have raspberries and some of these don't. And this also is pretty much where all the bees are right now. The only thing in my garden that's really flowering, I do have obviously the clover in the yard that the honeybees like. So anyway, raspberries are doing great. I did dig this up over here. I dug this up and I planted some parsley. Really don't think any of it's come up yet. Like I said, it's really dry, and if I don't water, nothing's going to come up. Would like to put some basil over here also, like this, the parsley in the basil spot. I don't know if anything will ever end up there. Maybe some of my extra tomato or pepper plants. Asparagus did real poor this year. Not much of it came up, and what did come up was super skinny. I don't feed this dirt, so I'm sure that's why. I understand that asparagus loves to eat, needs a lot of nutrients, and I don't do it, so that would be why. Yeah, these bushes here, that's where the rabbits live. They live under here. That's where they all scurry to when I come out. Okay, so this part here, sorry if the sun's too bright, it's doing pretty well. I got some weeding I need to do, but the grass does do a good job. See the turnips starting to bulb up pretty good. They've been doing pretty well for a while. Some of them. Some of them haven't balled up at all. Clearly I'm growing these too close together. That's not good. These can get the size of a softball, and they're not going to do that, being planted that close together. So I should come out and harvest those a little bit. Thin them out. Green onion doing great. Potatoes are just really, really doing well. Starting to go to flower. I'm not really sure when to pick these. They started in March, and we didn't have too many deep freezes, so it never really completely died as a plant. So it's been going a couple months now. Carrots, I'm shocked that nothing is eating them. I do have a little bit of bird netting, so that's probably why I need to get that off and let these things grow. I did get more bird netting to put around this so this stuff can grow without being trapped in. I haven't put anything here yet. Might end up being some habaneros. Beets inside this protection are doing well, as is the lettuce. Been eating some of the lettuce. And the beets outside, as you can tell, have been food for the rabbits. So, don't know if these will come back or not. I need to get some fencing up. I would just do it around the beets to the carrots. Nothing else in this bed gets bothered by the rabbits. I'm not really sure how much longer these potatoes will last. I might need to find something else to go there. Do apologize for the shadow. Here's my garlic. Kind of put that in over the winter, probably in January or February. So it wasn't in last fall. So I don't know when these are supposed to be good too. Don't know the variety, just something I bought at the grocery store and we didn't get around to eating before it went bad. So easily probably squeeze a couple things in there too. Trying to catch the rabbit there. I always catch him in with that kale every morning. So I think I need to get an apple in there. The carrot isn't cutting it. It's something, and I should show you back here on the, hey, look at all the holes. I don't know what is doing that, but there's got to be a ton of them. Every leaf is just filled with holes. Not killing the plant, filled with holes. As is my zucchini plant. I mean, what is doing that? I've never had that much damage. Kale's doing pretty well. I think the rabbit does like to feast on it, along with a bunch of other stuff in my garden. The tiny pumpkins are doing really well. They're kind of growing like a zucchini plant, not tiny pumpkins. So hopefully they start to vine out and I can climb them up the trellis. But they're probably my best looking plants so far. And right there was a scarlet runner bean that every leaf has been eaten off by the rabbit. Every one of them. Stupid rabbits. And it looks like he got the other runner bean that was over here, so I have no scarlet runner beans left. That's great. I did put more beans where there's none growing. You can see one coming up right there. That one looks like it's coming up too. So the rabbit did get in here a few times, but it looks like the beans are surviving. This one's actually doing really well. Look at him, he's already found his pole and climbing up it. That one's really doing well. Okay. The melons, they're struggling. Yeah, one here. Surprised that one's still alive. Looks like that one died. Still got this one here, he might make it. And this guy too is starting to look strong. Might need to get a couple more seeds in the ground. Just fine, still plenty of time. And you got an habanero here, an habanero here, and an habanero there. Peppers are amazingly hardy plants, so I'm not too concerned about those. And then my volunteer tomato plant, which I'm assuming is a cherry tomato, but you never know. I did finally cut back this bush, but I mean, it'll come back. I need to take this netting down and weed back there and get more grass down and put the netting right back up. This part's a mess. I need to get the weed eater out. I'm out of weed eater line, so that's why I haven't done it yet. Just need to get some. Get all that knocked down. Figure out what I'm going to plant in here. I could let one of these volunteer pumpkin vines go. I could. I do have more watermelon seedlings. I think they're not going so great, but a watermelon there. Still alive, so that's good to see. There's also a watermelon here. And I think the best watermelon I have for now is this guy, which isn't doing great, but you know, gotta start somewhere. Eggplant are surviving. Don't want this guy. That would have been some sort of pumpkin, I'd imagine. Okay, and the eggplant are doing okay. The flea beetles are just tearing them apart. Which looks like the damage. Oh, there goes that little rabbit right there. Oh. And I'm pretty sure I only have one. Just one rabbit. Should feel bad for him, but he shouldn't be in there. Don't, yeah, so he's getting right there. Okay, so I need to get that part taken care of. Okay, well, that answers that question. And it's just the one rabbit. He's like he's an orphaned rabbit living by himself. He's the only one I ever see. Okay, jalapeno plant. This looks like another watermelon. Looks like maybe I just did that, stepped on a leaf. Still alive, so I still have hope. Here's this looks like flea beetle damage. As far as I know, flea beetles only like eggplant, so I don't know what's going on. And another zucchini. I believe my one and only cucumber so far. And I have my maple tree bush. Looks like he needs a little trimming. Hey, no point going back here. I haven't done anything. Compost bin and weeds. I'll show you that when I clean it up. Yeah. Still not ready to give up on the pineapples because they're still green in there. Of course, that just pulled right out. That's kind of solid. I don't know. Get the weed out of it, at least. Okay. Tomato plants. The ones in the garden are actually starting to look better now. I took a few of them out. These are getting yellow and I don't know. They don't look good at all. But hopefully I have enough in here. There's one I added there. You can see how rough it looks. And then the ones that were in here before, I put in about a month ago, and they are starting to look good now. Really starting to come around. The spinach, some of it's starting to go to seed. Got very hot this week, so the spinach might be done for. However, the peas are looking great. There's this lettuce, which I should really pick that. That might have to be lunch today because I'm sure it'll go to seed soon enough. First flower for these are the snap peas. They grow taller than the shelling peas. I'll get to that soon. There's one of the red leaf lettuce. This isn't good dirt, so it doesn't grow very well. Another one of the tomato plants I added. One there, one there. Those are yellow cherry tomatoes. I get all this grass growing in here that I need to get out. Yeah, I'll see what the rabbit's been doing in here, because he comes in for the beans. Oh, it just makes me so mad. Let me eat this. He's been feasting on the beans in here. I need to get that protected so he can't get in. Dug up and weeded this area and threw some cabbage seeds in. Just looks like there's some starting to come up. Just starting over on that. That looks like a carrot, but I believe that's a weed. It has carrot leaves. I don't know. Now the shelling peas. Like I said, I need to get here and weed. This one's already going to flower. But they are starting to go to flower already, and I mean they can't be more than a foot tall. The rabbit enjoys peas too, apparently. So I don't know if that's normal. They're supposed to get taller, but they are going to flower. I mean, look, this one's not even a foot tall. It's already going to flower. But all these, ton of flowers. Look at all those. So I should have peas soon. These will be the shelling ones. Tomatoes are looking really good. There's a whole bunch of flowers. And the arugula going to flower. I don't know if I should let these go to seed or clear it out. I don't have anything else to put here yet. But I could come up with something for sure. I do have another tomato plant here. I have not had any. There's one. That might be my first cucamelon. So you get cucamelons and you get this ivy. And they look similar, but you can tell the leaf, these are more smooth on the edges. These get a little more edgy. That's how you can tell in the beginning. I do have plenty of cucamelon growing out here with the ivy. You can see the difference, it's pretty obvious. So I should get some cucamelons. I do need to clean up out here because that's where they like to grow. Looks like there's one there. That's a cucamelon. So there's one there. Didn't plant them, back from last year. So love my volunteer plants. Unless they're raspberries. Ready for those to be done. And finally, getting to the end here, the habanero plants. I could break these out at any time and have a ton of habaneros. They're behind, but they would put some on by the end of the season. Some more bell peppers and eggplant, but I'm not even sure they're usable anymore. Been in there a long time. And these eggplant also, which I've been slacking on watering, and they're suffering for it. So, and this pot here, I'm trying to do 3 herbs. I got oregano, sage, and I believe thyme in there. Just put it in a couple days ago, so they still got some time. And finally, just my last of my seedlings over here. Watermelon looks salvageable. That's it. Everything else is done. So, anyway, that's what I got for this week. So, appreciate everyone who's watching, following along this year. If you have any questions or want to see anything more in depth or have any questions on how I do anything, just let me know. Just leave it in the comment section. I'll be sure to answer you. And appreciate everybody who made it this far, and I will see everyone next week.